Testing, testing, testing. This is a voice test. Let me know if you guys can hear me a-okay. If you guys can hear the music, etc, etc. Does seem like you guys can't hear the music all too well, eh? How's that? Glad to hear that. Glad to hear that. Okay, so the mic is too low. How's that? I usually tend to start screaming into the mic when the stream starts, so I'm a lot louder usually, but today I'm hoping to have a more relaxed stream with you guys. Wrap up the weekend. Finally got the move that we've been waiting for. Didn't expect it to happen this fast, or rather I did not want to have any expectations, but I wasn't interested in any other Bitcoin trade than this one. Loud noises. Lotto coiners, I like that term. Haven't heard that term before. Hey Mark, how's it going, bud? Mark's gonna grab breakfast. There better be some mango in that breakfast. Chauvin, how's it going, man? Good morning. Alright, so with that, we can get the show started. Why? Because Chauvin is here. And boom. Good morning, 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 guys. My name is Sean Dex and I welcome you back to the live stream, the mango live stream. Man, what a morning, eh? What a morning. Pretty exciting, pretty freaking exciting. It's been a ride indeed. Jayesh, how's it going, buddy? Jesus, man, Jesus. It's exactly. You know what? I'm gonna go into face chart mode. It's exactly these moments that make it so good to be a technical trader, a mango trader, where we trade the trend, we keep it risk first, as opposed to just being forever moon boy, right? Oh man, it feels so good. It is so good, so good. Sticking to the system over and over and over and over again. Eventually, you will be rewarded. Oof, man, it was definitely a good morning. I guess so many people, man, so many people PMing me about Sean, plan B. It was initially the big plan B move all the way to 100,000, 98,000, some sort of target after that. And then yesterday, or rather the past like few days now, all week, while I was being bearish apparently by not being a buyer on Bitcoin, even though it looked like complete, like, I don't say garbage, but did not look good throughout the week, right? We had no interest in being a buyer on Bitcoin around the 50,000 level. I got other PMs saying, Sean, but Benjamin says that we are on the Bitcoin support band. So we went from plan B to plan Benjamin now. And what do you know, guys? What do you know? This is what we know. This is what we know. Boom! Freaking wrecked. That's what your plan B got you. That's what your plan Benjamin got you. Support bands my ass, man. I mean, now here's the thing though, right? Here's the thing. I know for a fact that people were misrepresenting plan B. I don't know who Benjamin, I got so many PMs in regards to this Benjamin dude. I don't know who Benjamin is, but I'm pretty sure people are misrepresenting him too. I'm pretty sure. But the thing is, man, you gotta understand, like guys like Plan B, etc., when they give you a forecast like that, right? Whatever forecast they're giving you, I don't know what it is. When you are a long-term trader, there is no risk. There's no way you can actually trade that in a risk-adjusted way, and not risk-adjusted way. It's not actionable. It is not freaking actionable. Okay, you cannot have these kind of long-term targets and say, hey, buy low, sell high, buy low, sell high. That is not actionable trading advice. All right, and you're going to get wrecked. And yeah, this is what happens, man. This is what happens. I mean, okay. Here's the truth of it. The truth of it is that everyone outperforms me in a bull market, man. I always just get completely demolished by everyone. Everyone's making more money than me. It's these kind of moments where I'm like, all right, cool. This is where I can actually feel validated in doing what I do, right? I feel like, oh, thank God, because being disciplined all year and just watching everyone outperform you, it's hard. It's hard, guys. But being disciplined and being rewarded for it, that's why I'm like, oh man, Jesus. I thought when people were talking about initially, when people mentioned Benjamin, I was like, oh, so that's what Plan B's name is, eh? That's what the B stands for. I'm like, here I thought this guy was a Bitcoin bull, and he's naming him his plan after Plan Bitcoin, but apparently his name is Benjamin. But turns out they're two different people. So when we lost the FOMO, or rather the hopium of reaching 98,000 by end of year, right? That was Plan B. People went on to the new plan, which was Plan Benjamin, that, hey, we're going to hold so-and-so band, apparently. Nothing holds, man. Nothing holds. Support can be lost. Resistance can be lost. And when you have a criteria, you gotta set that in validation and be willing to be wrong. That's why we don't make any bold targets over here in Mango, because we know we can be wrong all the goddamn time. The real traders are the traders who actually admit they're wrong, get out of the trade, and be profitable from being wrong, which is essentially what we were bullish, right? While price is going up, right? Bullish above the 2-day dynamic over here. We were hoping for this to keep going. Did it keep going? No, it didn't. We're like, oh shit, lost it. Right over here, and he said, until we get back up, we're not liking this whatsoever, right? So what do? We look for opportunity. Oh wait, you guys can't see me anymore. Okay, let's go back to chart. We look for opportunity. We look for opportunity towards the downside, right? Either you can look for the shorts, which was, by the way, I told you guys I'm going to regret not taking the short. 12-hour wine called it to the freaking T again. Right? I always regret not taking the 12-hour wine calls. But either way, you either look for the shorts, or if the short does play out and you're not interested in the short, you look to be a buyer on a potential downside move. And after doing our analysis, looking through all the possibilities, the highest probable trade was this one right over here on the 2-day Ichimoku setup that we have. Now, Reuven is over here. He's been watching Mango for years now. He knows how much of a fan we are of the Ichimoku. Keeps things really, really simple and easy. And this was one of those easy trades. What did we spot? We spotted that, hey, last time we had a similar setup where we had the Kumo twist, right? Price got sucked down into it after losing the 2-day dynamic. But last time around, we came and got supported on the 2-day Kijun. This time we weren't expecting the 2-day Kijun to hold. We were expecting it to come and test the 2-day 200 moving average. And my, oh my, getting that wick onto that level was so freaking good today. So good, so good. I didn't outperform you for sure. I doubt anyone has. So everyone outperforms me in the interim, in the midterm. Everyone feels that way at least. But the thing is, these moments is where people give it all back to the market, and those are the moments where we step in, right? The traders who are disciplined at the very least. I think the biggest trap for traders who are disciplined is watching other people make money and like, you know, like trying to chase what they are doing. I don't want to say FOMOing into it, but more so it's like a combination of revenge trading and FOMO trading, because you're seeing newer traders who have no experience do better than you, and you feel angry. You're like, oh man, and you tend to like chase bad trades just to outperform them because out of anger. Never works out, man. Never works out. Some of my biggest losses have come from watching other people make money without me. This fortunately was when I was a lot poorer, did not have much, and 2, I was a noob, so I could pawn it off to being inexperienced. My cockiness and my arrogance at the time made me believe that I should be performing as well as the best traders out there. So I thought I was good when I was garbage. But I do want to today. Okay, enough of the bragging, enough of the gloating. Somebody did call me out on gloating in the live stream, and yeah, I'm definitely gloating. Apologies for that. So enough of all of that nonsense. Now, at times like this, what we start looking for is what's next, and we start looking for strength in the market. We're seeing some clear signs of strength in the market, like freaking glaringly so. I want to show you guys something that is just freaking mind-blowing. I don't think I've ever seen this, not on the theme at the very least, not with this kind of vigor. Jesus Christ. And I've been complaining about how I don't have enough Ethereum, right? Like, it's the one asset that I've been liking the look of, and I just don't have as good of a stash as I would like. Now, over here, my bid did not hit, right? I was like hoping for it to come down over here. Just got front, which is a sign of strength. You guys know my thoughts on that. When you see strength, you look to buy the strength, right? Even if you got front run. But look at this candle, man. It's just so left without me. Now, here's the funny thing. Had I just played this based on the dynamic, I would have got my bid in. But again, I was a bit too complacent on Ethereum. I don't know what's going on with me. I think there's too much going on with Bitcoin, right? So I missed this. It did catch a couple of other good trades though that I do like. But yeah, Ethereum is looking really, really strong. I would like you guys at the very least to keep your eyes on this one. If you guys are already in Ethereum, good on you, man. Good on you. Yeah, Reuven, this candle's freaking, something's up here, man. The market is telling you something over here. So put Bitcoin aside. Okay, we had a good trade on Bitcoin, done. Time to look at Ethereum. We were right on Bitcoin, all right? Okay, so we were right on Bitcoin. We were right on even Cardano, by the way. My bragging, a little bit more bragging left. I've been calling Cardano. I said there's more down to come. And what do you know? Bi-weekly dynamic did get hit. Yes, sirree. So yeah, we are right on all of this. But the strength isn't on Cardano. The strength isn't on Bitcoin. The strength is somewhere else. And our focus should be now to be good traders. Hold on to your pain long enough to learn from it and move on. Hold on to your victories long enough to feel good about it and feel rewarded on it and move on as well. Right? Don't let any of that affect your future performance as a trader. And Ethereum looking freaking fantastic, man. Fantastic. Look at that on the dynamic too. Look at Ethereum on the dynamic and look at Bitcoin on the dynamic on the weekly, and you can see right off the bat the difference between the two throughout this bear run. In fact, right? Bitcoin lost it. Ethereum never lost it, held it. Again, look at the difference in the market structure. Like, I'm a Bitcoin bull, but call a spade, man. That's Ethereum for you right out there, looking really good. Hey Krisha, how's it going? Anise, how are you, man? Good to see you, bud. You went heavy act, so you have nothing to be you have nothing to worry about, Reuven. Nothing to worry about. You're doing good, man. The bull market is still in place, in my opinion. The bull market is still in place. A good guide to watch for the bull market, the structure of the bull market, and to have an idea as to whether or not we are losing the bull market structure is simple moving averages or exponential moving averages. Again, going back to our foundations and our basics, put on your 2-day time frame, put on your golden cross, and just watch for this. Just watch for this. This is a good guide, right? You guys can see we wicked off the 2-day exponential moving average to 2-day 200 exponential moving average. But forget about it as a support band because the 200 moving average works better. The moving average. Okay, the difference between the moving average and the exponential moving average, you guys will get a clear picture on if you watch my EMA versus SMA video. In that video alone, you'll find some really, really good golden nuggets. Go ahead and watch it. It's on YouTube. But over here, we're looking at... I'll go ahead and turn off the 21 EMA. We're looking at the 55 and the 200 exponential moving averages, and all you're looking for is the purple to cross the green. And we're just gonna go and back test this. It's a bit, put on BLX. Okay, so let's see, the last time we crossed bullish was here, right? And we've stayed bullish this entire run, right? Now again, you don't use this as a, hey, we crossed bullish, I'm gonna buy, even though it worked out. You don't use it that way. It's just as a guide to say, hey, the market structure is bullish, the market trend is bullish, the overall guidance of the market is towards the upside, right? Before that, we crossed bullish over here, and we had another nice run. Now it did not continue. And when did we cross bearish? You can see over here, right? We were about to cross bearish, and the bulls stepped in and defended the bear cross, right? We were looking for the, by the way, that's how you understand how these indicators work. Don't just trade them blindly, right? You have to understand what information it's telling you. With the daily yesterday, Ichimoku, we were looking for the Tenkin Kijun bear cross to get defended. The bulls had to step in there. They did not. They did not. In fact, the moment the bulls did try to step in, right, which was, we were playing DVD actually, me, Sherwin, and Wolvie. It looked like the bulls was trying to step in there. Got sold into. That was a sign of weakness. I posted a chart in the C chat. It was a lower time frame trade setup, but it had a cascading effect after that. Anyways, a little off topic. We did have a run again, and then we had the COVID dump, which was a mini bear market on its own, recovered, and again you get bullish. Yes, a little choppy, but who cares? Look at the run you get when it does come, right? This is the power of trend trading. 655%. When was the last time before that we turned bearish, or rather we crossed bearish? Here. So we had one bear cross over there, and another attempted bear cross over here, but did not go through, and a bear cross over here. Where was it? All the way over here. So we'll just wait for this, right, as a guidance. Now, of course, we're going to have signs, right? That way we're not leverage trading into stupid trades like the rest of the market saying, bull market support band, bro! Plan B! Plan Benjamin! No, man. None of that shit at Mango. None of that shit. Don't leverage into bad freaking trades. Unless you have a trade idea and a trade setup and you're loving your idea, then by all means do it. But don't do it based on stupid shit, man. Like, don't leverage trade into stupid shit. I mean, buy Bitcoin, lock it away, understand that you're trading it based on like its 10-year market cycle. It's eventually gonna go up in price. I mean, it's really hard to lose against USD over 10 years. Really hard. Like really hard. Unless there's something wrong with Bitcoin software, right? But you cannot get liquidated out of that trade because it's sitting in your cold storage, right? It doesn't work. Yeah, Bitcoin dominance looks so garbage, man. I wish it didn't, right? But like, so Ruben, I've been using this chart to check my bias on Bitcoin dominance. It's the inverted Bitcoin dominance chart, which is essentially the altcoin chart. And you look at this. Let me hide my indicator, my drawings. Drawings and lines, right? You look at this, right? And you can't help but be bullish, right? Like, look at that. It's going up. This is just forget what chart name it is. If I showed you this chart, you're gonna be bullish on it. It's as simple as that. Hey Austin, how's it going, man? Hey, thank you, niece. I was looking for Bitcoin dominance to, or rather this chart over here, to break down this way, right? When it came down here. We are looking at some key levels. And then when it didn't break down and tested this level, so Ruben, you probably missed all of this. Hope you're paying attention, man. This is a quick education for you. When it tested this level here, this horizontal, this green horizontal, sorry, this red horizontal, I was expecting it to reject, right? Reject and do this, but it didn't do that. It freaking broke up. I'm like, all right, man. I'm buying a bag of Solana. And it's like, oh god, you just got to trade what's in front of you, man. You can't have any. You can't be like firm on your biases. The charts tell you something. You trade what the charts are telling you, because in the long run, you will outperform everyone else. Because people will gamble on fundamental ideas, etc., but it's so hard to be actionable and consistent with those ideas. Being consistently good on those kind of trades is hard. You're going to find people who do it every now and then and get like a 100x win. But they better freaking cash in on that win and hold on to it for the rest of their lives, because you may never get one of those again. In crypto though, you could. But hey, CC, Vitalik is going to the Polygon conference. I feel like it's gonna... Why does Vitalik going to a conference make Matic bullish though? Matic is bullish because of how good the chart is. And the fundamentals should be despite Vitalik, right? Keep in mind, I saw similar notions and ideas on Vitalik going to certain conferences and offices back in the day in 2017 on Omise Go. And yeah, like, you may just get stuck in an asset that Vitalik condones and has no control of. Let's Omise Go BTC. How do you OMG BTC? Yeah, I think this was when Vitalik went to the office. This is Vitalik's visit to Omise Go's office. Vitalik visits office in Singapore. He went there to sell, guys. He's gonna go to the Matic conference, set up a freaking booth, and he's gonna be selling Matic. All the free Matic that he got to show up to the conference. Whoever the CEO of Matic is, he's a genius, man. I think he's Indian too, right? Genius. Yeah, Indians are taking over the world. Like, I think CEO of Google, CEO of Twitter, CEO of Microsoft, CEO of Adobe, CEO of Matic. Oh my god. And they're selling their shitcoins to Vitalik. Who's the CEO for Omise Go? He's probably Indian too. Yeah, American Indian, man. I'm curious how ZK Sync will fix the gas fees for Ethers layer 2. ZK, I've not even heard of ZK Sync. I was going to say ZK Snarks. No clue, and Sachin are next. Dude, Sachin's not gonna need nothing, man. He's gonna be CEO of the world. I'd vote for Sachin for CEO of the world. There's a lot of Mystic Hodler is right, by the way. There's a lot of funds that are being diverted internationally towards India, and the Indian IT scene is actually humongous right now. And if you look at the top investors in the world, or the top analysts in the world, at least fundamental analysts like Tommy Lee, Lynn Alden, all of them have their eyes on India. Like, they've played all their cards right. Their technology stack is their financial technology stack. You're going to look at it and you're going to think, man, these guys don't need blockchain. Because it's hard to explain. You've got to do your research on it. It's really, really surprising over the past decade what India has done. Like when I visited India from Canada in I think it was 2015, 2016, and my friends picked me up from the airport. I felt like I was living in a third world country back in Canada, based on the way they were paying for things and just navigating through life. And I'm pretty sure it's like that in Japan and stuff too. I've not visited Japan, unfortunately. Should do that soon. But the thing is, I'm not here from a lot of this is also where the hype is, right? And I'm not hearing a lot about Japan in terms of investment opportunities from all the fundamental reports that I read, and I read a lot, right? And I keep seeing India pop up over and over and over and over again. So that might be something that some of you guys may be interested in looking into if you guys are interested in investing based on fundamentals that matter, right? Remember, when it comes to crypto, other than Bitcoin, in my opinion, this is my humble opinion, everything else is speculation. Everything is speculation. These are all really, really good experiments that will push the world forward, right? And many of them will fail because, well, experiments fail, man. Like, people experiment in the world and not everything succeeds. Bitcoin is the only experiment that has turned into an actual product, right? You can see freaking sovereign countries are buying it. I should visit, man. I should visit. Paolo said Ben's 21 EMA and 20 MA is simply... Oh, so is that the support band that people have been talking to me about? So Paolo goes on to say he is just a TA guy, mainly a holder. He does not do induce to trade over that indicator. So exactly. So people are clearly misrepresenting the guy and using him. Okay, you know what people do? What people do is they'll use people like Plan B and Plan Benjamin to validate their bad trades, right? They'll go like 25x leverage, which like I don't think Plan B would ever advocate. Like, these guys coming in from the traditional space, right? Like a guy like Plan B is looking at the volatility on Bitcoin, saying like, holy shit, who would want to even leverage trade this? You don't need to leverage trade this, right? Because you just don't need to. They're not going to advocate 25x leverage or even 10x leverage, but the folk in crypto are going to use only half of the ideas, right? They're going to ignore everything else. They're going to ignore the part where they say, hey, don't leverage trade, cold storage it, and they'll use the first half saying, hey, Bitcoin's likely going to go to $98,000 by the end of the year. So let's go 25x leverage because Plan Benjamin told me so, right? Or Plan B, or whoever. Oh, is the music too loud? Holy, are you sure? Are you sure, man? Don't trick me. I'm too soft. Okay, if Kusha says so, then. So all this while I was ranting and you guys couldn't freaking hear me? I'm wearing my pizza t-shirt today too. Guys, if you had a bad trade, buy some pizza. Pizza fixes everything. The music was banging. Hey Moz, how's it going, man? It's been a while. Holy shit. Okay. Let's talk about some freaking TA now. All right. We're going to talk about some lower time frame stuff though, because I'm actually kind of interested in this. So, if you guys do remember, my trade idea on Bitcoin was essentially that I am going to be trading this 200 2-day moving average as a support and resistance trade, and then look to turn it into a trend trade. Now, when you're trading support and resistance, by the nature of it, you're going to be able to take a much bigger position size than you would a trend trade, because a trend trade, you're allowing the trade to pull back on you, etc., etc. Now, support and resistance, you take profits, right? So how do you combine those two ideas? Well, you don't take when your support and resistance trade hits your profit target, you don't take all your profits. You take a portion of your profits, right? So you leave a portion you leave a portion of your trade in, okay, and you're like, okay, cool, I'm in profits in this portion now, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to start building my trend trade as I start seeing strength in the market. Remember guys, why am I not trading this as a trend trade right off the bat, right? Because if it were any other time, I'd be like, okay, I have got a good position, I'm going to hold on to this, right? So some of you might be confused, thinking, why Sean's taking profits now? It's because the trend is towards the downside. There is no trend trade to be had until the trend establishes itself, right? We are in the downtrend on all my major indicators based on the 2-day. Just because you're bouncing off the 2-day 200 moving average doesn't mean you can take that as a trend trade. The 2-day 200 moving average is a support band for you, right? Plan Benjamin right over there, but I think he was using something else. Based on what Paulo just said, I'm forgetting the numbers. But you guys got to understand when to be a trend trader and when to be a support and resistance trader, right? The trend is only going to get activated now towards the upside when we put in a structural uptrend on the 2-day time frame, or we start taking back our key trend levels. So what are three key trend indicators? The major one that I've been looking at over and over again, that I've been telling you guys to just note down on a piece of paper, even if you don't have access to the Mango dynamic, is this level right over here, right? We said that a lot of you guys in the comments have been pointing this out, saying that, hey, the Mango dynamic is thinning out. What does that mean? Volatility. But does it mean volatility to the upside? No, it means volatility to either side. So as long as we were rejecting along the 2-day dynamic, we had to be bearish, right? Once we took back the dynamic to the upside, we'd get bullish, and we get bullish to a major move to the upside. So that was one of the first things we're looking for, Mango dynamic 2-day to be reclaimed. That doesn't change. That hasn't changed. We have to wait for that to be reclaimed. It's going to take a while now, right? It's still up there, thinned out. The volatility happened. I don't think we have much more downside to go before consolidation. I just don't see it happening. Unless this is a black swan. Remember, we were saying black swan event, right? To 200 2-day moving average. I kept putting it in air quotes because when I'm expecting it, right? When I'm expecting it to happen, it's not a black swan event. But from here now, I'll be expecting consolidation. If we don't see a consolidation and we break down more, it could happen, and we come down to maybe 30K, 25K, all those crazier targets could happen. The trend is down, right? We play the trend. If it does happen, I would consider that as a surprising event, but I wouldn't play for that. So 2-day dynamic needs to be reclaimed. Until that happens, I'm not going to be looking for any trend trades. Or the next thing that we can start looking for is a structural trend to be put in place, which is essentially us putting in a lower high first, right? Then we have to come and put in a high low compared to this low. Then we have to put in a higher high, right? At that point, you guys can kind of see, right, that we have structurally a W-like pattern on the 2-day time frame, or probably a ascending triangle that has broken towards the upside on the daily time frame. Things are getting put together, right? So we don't have to rush into anything yet. So we are in profits now on a portion of the trade that I held on to. I'll be looking to see, is the market showing us any signs for a higher low? If it is, I'll start looking to add into that position. But from the looks of what a lot of the altcoins are doing, we might actually do that. Who knows? So do you guys understand that? Do you guys understand that idea that I'm talking about right now? The Fed is cooling its money printer. We ain't going bro anymore, apparently. We're going to see a cool down in all the markets. If the markets cool down and the markets start dumping, the Fed is going to have to start printing again. One of the ideas. So Ruben, you probably missed this one over here. So if you're still here, I think you might be interested in this. One of the situations that I was looking for, the ideal scenario for me, for my personal scenario, would be Bitcoin simply going sideways for all of 2022. Right? Yeah, that's the year we're going into. So putting in a higher low. Maybe that's a bit and then right, so during this entire situation, that's like all coins having the opportunity to really move either in a range, a volatile range that is tradable for us to collect more Bitcoin, or well, just freaking completely annihilate Bitcoin's dominance and put Bitcoin's dominance all the way down to 20, maybe 15, I don't know. Either way, right, that doesn't change my long-term thesis on Bitcoin in terms of what I'd rather be holding in 10 years. Let me ask you guys this question. With certainty, how many coins do you know are going to exist for sure and do well without some catastrophe in 10 years? And rate the risk of put a risk factor of failure onto all of the coins that you have. Do this as an exercise, right? List down like 5 coins, your top 5 coins that you think are going to exist, right? And they're all going. If you're reasonable with yourself, okay, if you're being truthful and you're being realistic, you're going to see that all of them have a different level of failure. Now, that level of failure, the higher the chance of that coin failing, the more alpha you're going to have, or rather more beta you're going to have, right? It's going to it's a higher beta trade is what I mean to say. It's going to have more upside. It's going to have more upside for sure. But that's what you're paying for. You're paying for the risk. Or you guys know what I mean. So Bitcoin too. Bitcoin also has a chance of just failing, right? If something goes horribly wrong, nobody can rule out a bug being introduced into the code and then Bitcoin losing all its network effects right after that, right? So a bug being introduced in the code, a software failure, everything goes to shit, and then people lose confidence in Bitcoin as a store of value because, hey, what if this happens again? And maybe something else has a chance to take Bitcoin's place in that regard. But Bitcoin does have that risk. You can't say that's negligible, right? That there's no risk of that happening whatsoever. That's not true because this is a human error that could take place. Now, when we're looking at coins like Ethereum, Cardano, I've not been following Cardano's development, so correct me if I'm wrong over here, but very likely, right? Because there's a long roadmap ahead of it. A lot more can go wrong. Right, a lot more can go wrong. There's a lot of experimentation, especially Ethereum, man. What Ethereum is trying to pull off is as a engineer myself, I think it's really risky for me to have my life's wealth stored in there. Thank you, Ruben, for smashing the like. I would have expected you to have done that a while ago. There's 150 of you over here, and there's only 50 likes. What are you guys, Plan B traders? Hit that like button. You guys gotta be mango traders. Plan mango, man. Plan M. And the amount of PMs I received over, like, people would actually comment on my videos about, Sean, you don't know what you're talking about. Every time you post this, I'm going to be a buyer. I'm going to buy even more because Plan Benjamin says we are on Bitcoin support band. You guys hearing the song? Bitcoin's coming home. So Sean, I feel like you just put on your investor hat for a second with that ramble on what's going to... I do have an investor hat, by the way. I have a very, very strong investor hat that Krisha has to deal with almost every morning with me. But the thing is, I have to be responsible. I have to be one of the few responsible YouTube technical analysts over here that come on over here and tell you guys how to actually trade properly, right? There's a difference between being an investor and being a trader. You really have to draw the line. So I'm trying to be responsible, and I get a lot of shit for it. But it's moments like this where I can say, ha, ha, ha. No. You're trying to rationalize a... So Winnie the Pooh, what's happening is you're probably going through a journey of learning, and it's you're going through like a tough point, or rather there's always a phase of the journey where it gets difficult. And there's human tendency to steer away from difficulty and go towards what's easy. But remember, nothing in life that's worth having comes easy, right? So you're not better at investing, right? It just feels that way because it's really easy to rationalize investing decisions because it's deferred, right? You can, for example, I bought Bitcoin at $52,000 and I put it in cold storage, and I can say, hey, it doesn't matter. I'm only going to be wrong on this in the future. I'll only know in the future. But when I'm wrong, I'm going to be severely wrong, right? Because when am I going to know I'm wrong on that Bitcoin trade is at the moment with the current Bitcoin structure is underneath 35,000-ish, right? So I'm going to be severely wrong at that point. But I'm deferring when I'm going to admit I'm wrong. So there's a big difference. As a trader, you got to admit you're wrong more often. But your losses are a lot smaller. Exactly. Ruben's right. He says having a longer time frame, years for example, is still trading. It's just on a longer time frame. And the longer time frame, right? There's a bigger deviation on the risk that you'll be taking. So for example, what I bought on at $52,000 for cold storage is going to be a lot smaller of a position size than what I take for my leverage trades. Why? Because my leverage trades, I'm going to know I'm wrong a lot sooner, and I can get out sooner, right? Take it easy on Ben. He's a good dude and doesn't trend trade more. Okay. Jesus Christ, I do have to apologize if I seem like I'm coming off bad on this Benjamin dude. What I mean is the people who are misrepresenting these people, the people who are misrepresenting Plan B and misrepresenting Benjamin and using them as an excuse to trade badly. That's what I really mean. I'm talking about the people who are quoting them. So my sincere apologies, man. My sincere apologies. Monero, I'll take a look, man, but it always seems to disappoint, right? I think Poloniex would be. So what's the fascination with Monero? Is it doing something fundamentally that has people's interest recently? You know, if there was any coin that the governments would actually come after, it would be Monero, because it's actually one of the few private. At least the last time I did research on it, which was all the way back in 2018. Admittedly, all the way back in 2018, Monero was one of the few ones that was ahead of its competition at the time. So I'd be looking for it to bounce over here. By the way, put in a W, like for it to look good. I'd be looking for it to bounce over here, to put in a W-like formation, right? And then if it breaks this neckline, it's likely going to test all-time highs at around $513, probably even make a new high after that. So this is a key level. Let's look at the monthly. Monthly already tested a key level, bounced off it really well. Like this has a legitimate argument to come down all the way down to $94 in a bear market. So if you're looking for like a long-term position and you're looking to trade this off a bear market move, it could actually come all the way down here to 95-ish again if this breaks down over here, right? Because that W-like formation that I just talked about could turn into a nothing burger, and we could have a breakdown like this, which is essentially a monthly descending triangle of sorts. Either way is bearish, right? And this could just collapse over months. It could take some time, yes, but it could come all the way down to 96. But we need privacy in our transactions as human. Yeah, we need it. The question is, do we get it? So understand this about what Bitcoin can do for the world, in that because of its very simple argument and non-threatening position in the world at the moment, where it's not trying to threaten any sovereign currency. I don't think it is, at the very least. What it's trying to threaten is sovereign bonds, right? Sovereign debt. But the currency used for transactions, as long as governments continue to have that power to be able to print it, right? Bitcoin isn't interfering with that, so it's going to be able to capture the market from the fringes, right? That's essentially what it's doing at the moment, right? It's first taking in all the don't want to say, I want to sound politically correct, but people who aren't as well off, right? People who aren't, and it's turning them into multi-millionaires and turning them into freaking some Bitcoiners are probably like worth billions now, right? Jesus. Then it's going after corporations that aren't well off, right? Now Bitcoin, or rather corporations that aren't that well off, are interested in it, like MicroStrategies. Then you're seeing sovereigns, like countries that aren't well off, like El Salvador, get interested in it and actually start holding it as a treasury. But now, as it starts taking more and more people from the fringes, right, it starts capturing market share. And if you guys have been listening to Michael Saylor, you guys have probably noticed that even Michael Saylor has changed his strategy. His subtle tone now is not trying to get the bigger companies like Tesla and Apple to buy Bitcoin. He's trying to get smaller corporations to be interested in Bitcoin by making insinuations like, "Hey, look at me. MicroStrategy bought Bitcoin and my brand name went through the roof." Right? He's shilling the idea that, hey, look at what Bitcoin did for my small company named MicroStrategies. Now it's a big name company named MicroStrategies. We actually can compete in terms of popularity against Microsoft. So he's realized that too, that hey, it's better to capture the market from the fringes. And once you have the entire market and you start going from the outward towards the inner, like you go from outside towards the inner side, right? The inner side, is, you guys know what I mean, outward to inward. That's when Bitcoin can start incorporating more and more features that all of these other assets have, like scalability. Lightning Networks is already there. Privacy will come to Bitcoin eventually as well. It will all come, and by the time it does come, it will be already so ingrained into our world that nobody can stop it. That's my long-term view for Bitcoin, at the very least. Does that make sense? All right, I'm glad I made some sense, guys. I'm glad I made some sense. And that's fair. You don't have to see things my way. You just have to make sure that you protect your funds and trade safely. And my only goal over here at Mango is to teach you guys how to preserve your wealth and grow your wealth. So none of that moon boy shit over here, none of that overly optimistic shit over here, none of that overly pessimistic shit over here. You guys can find enough of that on other channels. Ben sells shorts and shirts too. I mean, what's wrong? There's nothing wrong with that. Good for him, man. I'll tell you guys what I have a problem with. I have a problem with the idea of buy low, sell high. What does that even mean? It's not freaking actionable, man. It's not actionable. It's all hindsight nonsense. It's all hindsight nonsense. It's not actionable. And these guys are never wrong. People who are never wrong, it doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense. Like that's not trading. That's not freaking trading. And everything's going to go up in USD over the long term, so do I see Cardano as a 1 trillion market cap in 10 years? Please answer. Okay, give me a price point. What is Cardano's market cap right now? $1 trillion. I think that is. I think so. I mean, what is Cardano's market cap right now? Okay. This is what I can tell you guys. I think in 10 years, a lot of these coins in the top 10, I don't know about Cardano specifically, but any coin that survives 10 years and is still in the top 10, I think many of them are going to be 1 trillion, or if not all of them are going to be 1 trillion. Like, what I can tell you is a lot of money is coming into the crypto market over the next 10 years. A lot of money is going to be coming into the crypto market. Cheers, Nomad Trader. If you're here to actually learn how to freaking trade properly instead of that hopium bullshit, you're in the right place. I mean, you guys have no idea how much shit I got even in my Cardano videos. Like, you know the day I went bearish on Cardano, Mango lost like 50 subscribers in one day. Like, people started unsubscribing because I was like, guys, I don't think it's right to buy Cardano, right? And look at what happened, all right? Look at what happened. Whoa, okay, what happened to your goddamn loyalties, huh? It went to shit. That's what it went to. I told you guys it would have been better if you guys saved your loyalties to buy the goddamn dip. Because it was coming. It was coming. Use that money, buy a better coin that was trending freaking well, let it go up, take your profits, and then buy more Cardano. You do yourself a favor, you do your family a favor, and you do the Cardano community a favor too. Why? Because now you're buy support, right? You're the support and resistance. Julian, you made it, man. I was going to be like, this is the second stream Julian isn't here. I'm in a good mood because I'm going on vacation soon, man. I'm counting down the days. It's my favorite time of the year. December's my favorite month of the year, man. I'm not going to dox myself on live stream. Oh, Joel, please don't spam, man. Where's Mock? I'm not worried about Bitcoin. Yeah, it's so true. It's gonna happen. I go on vacation, Bitcoin's gonna pump. Let's not forget what happened last year, guys. It's crazy to think about, eh? It was only 1 year ago. I shit you not. Let me tell you guys the mood last year. Bitcoin broke out of a massive range around $14,000, rallied to around $19,000 and crashed to 16K. Everyone was depressed. 1 year later, we're sitting at $50,000 and people are still depressed. Let's go back to Bitcoin. Like, we've 5x'd in a year and we've crashed into a 5x price. Oh my god, man. I remember it was here, these candles. This was last year, guys. This was last year. Yeah, this was 1 year ago. Oh my god, man. Perspective. 357 days ago. So let's do that. We are up 168% since that move. Since the breakout. Still up 300%. Cheers, Sean. Cheers. Thank you so much for joining, man. You have a good night. Sleep well. Pizza, my man. Good to see you, Auntie. Fair enough, don't shout at us. I'm sorry, man. Mock, you missed the entire stream. How long was your goddamn breakfast, man? Attaboy. Attaboy, Mock. You see, guys, Mock was trading at Mango. He was trading at Mango. No, Enis, you cannot go, man. Oh yeah, Enis had a question on stacking Cardano versus Bitcoin. If you believe in Cardano, man, and I don't know anything about Cardano, I can't advise you on the fundamentals. You got the thing about the longer term trades, you got to have conviction in being able to hold through those monthly drawdowns, right? Because when you're trading on the higher time frames, like, let's talk about Bitcoin. Let's use the time frame thingy. So look at that. We have it drawn out over here, right? Wait, what? Okay, yeah, this is what we drew yesterday, and Bitcoin actually came down and wicked right off it. But we drew this based off the 2-day 200 moving average. I just drew it. I'm pretty sure I did at least, because that's ridiculous. Anyways, when you're trading this off the monthly time frame, you need to be able to say to yourself that, listen, price could come down way deeper just to set in that higher low before it goes further, right? Because the higher low that we're currently looking at the moment is all the way down here at 30,000, man, right? We've only put in one big impulsive leg. Now we're looking to put in the next higher low. It could be anywhere between here and maybe 35,000, and you need to be okay with that. So how do you hold through a monthly chart? By having conviction in the bigger picture. Yeah, Dean was here yesterday for the video. Oh, 65 cents? Oh, you're talking about XRP? So the XRP idea worked out as well, eh? Nice. I don't think Cardano is going to get to 20 cents very easily, man. I think it's going to be a lot of trouble for Cardano to get past $1. Like if we break past $1.07 or whatever this level is right over here, then we can look for Cardano to come down further, actually. Around 30 cents first, and then eventually down to like 15 cents. But unless we actually go into a bear market, I don't see that happening. $0.20 is you got to chew through 40 cents first. So $1, you got to break through $1 first before we can look for that. Like I was looking for $1.30 when everybody called me bearish, and like yeah, of course I was bearish, but they called me unreasonable, right? And guess what? We are here. Now, however, I wouldn't call for 20 cents until we lose $1, right? Until we lose the zone. So when you're being bullish, especially through a support and resistance perspective, you got to flip bearish when you hit your resistance, or if the trend is invalidated, right? As soon as the trend ends, let me try to be a little bit more succinct with what I'm trying to say. There's always a point where you need to be able to flip your position, and you need to set that point before you have that position to begin with, right? So if I'm bullish, when do I turn bearish, or when do I turn neutral? If I am bearish, at what point do I flip neutral, or what point do I flip bullish, right? Always need to set that before having an opinion. If you don't have that opinion, right, you don't have the end point to your flip of your opinion, don't have an opinion at all. Just tell people, I don't know. I just don't have an opinion. So Cardano, in my opinion, may see some downside a little bit more. So it came all the way down to $1.16, I believe. It could come down to $1, but until it closes a weekly candle, a bi-weekly candle underneath it, I will not be looking for 20 cents. I'm neutral on it, and actually semi-bullish over here. Solana looks good, man, against Bitcoin at least. What do you guys think? What are your thoughts on this chart? What do you think? You tell me. What does this look like to you? If Solana closes a weekly candle anywhere above this white horizontal I have over here, I think it's likely going to make its way to around 47,350 Satoshi against Bitcoin. Solana USDT, on the other hand, is a different story. We're come back down to test the weekly dynamic, and it's just a weekly pullback onto this structural horizontal over here of its bull flag that broke towards the upside. If it loses this level, that's going to be something to be concerned about. But until it does, it's like a profit-taking sell-off over here into trend support on the weekly time frame. Paul feeling very bullish at the moment, my man. It's so great to see how far Paul has come in terms of his mindset, man. Over the past, like, what, I've known Paul for a year and a half now, and it's night and day. It's night and day. So yeah, Ruben. And most of the USD pullback is because of Bitcoin weakness, right? But you can see how well it's trading against Bitcoin while Bitcoin was showing weakness. So let's see how it behaves when the rest of the altcoins, if the rest of the altcoins are bouncing now on a Bitcoin consolidation. If we see a Bitcoin consolidation, I'm expecting a altcoin bounce. On that altcoin bounce, we are going to be keeping an eye on Solana, and we're going to be like, okay, I want to see strength now, right? Because look at Sol on the daily against Bitcoin. Look at that. Like, you look at this chart in isolation, you won't feel, this is the daily, eh? You won't feel like Bitcoin just had a dump. You wouldn't be thinking that. Ethereum is even stronger in that regard. Look at that. Ethereum, okay. If the Bitcoin bulls are watching, they better watch carefully, because Ethereum could be threatening to flip in Bitcoin. This is one of the most beautiful charts in the altcoin sphere at the moment. I'm not sure where these are come from. Actually, let's just find a clear. Apologies. Let me find a empty chart for you guys. I have like drawings everywhere. FYI, I don't have enough Ethereum. So once we break past this next red horizontal over here, and I think, wick would be enough at that point, we're likely going to make our way all the way to here. At that point, guys, we are threatening to flip Bitcoin, or not we, Ethereum is threatening to flip Bitcoin's market cap. So this is looking freaking fun. It's a bull flag on the monthly that has broken out to the upside, and this has a measured move to, well, the highs right over here. Sean, why not enough spot ETH? I just got complacent and I missed the trade, man. I have no excuse really. But be price agnostic. You're preaching to the choir, man. Is the music fine now? Today might be some Ethereum dump whale alert earlier today, transfers of Ethereum to exchanges, but not sure. Let's see how it goes. Ethereum, even if it does pull back, it's gonna end up being a buy opportunity. If it closes the weekly over here, right, it's just a buy, it's a flat out buy, right? Like if you close the weekly candle over here, we've already taken the high too, so a breakout trade would be completely fine. You can have a measured move actually on the structure, and that would take us to around almost 94,000 Satoshi, man. So almost 100,000 Satoshi at that point. It's going to get back to 0.1 levels. That's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's going to be putting pressure on Bitcoin's ratio, and that's if we can start chewing through all of that. And he says he's looking to join the seed. Yeah, man. Go ahead and PM me. The last time we talked, I remember telling you that I don't think you're ready, or rather at that point in your life you weren't ready to join the seed program. I asked you to hold off and wait for a bit longer, so we can chat again, and we'll see. We'll talk about it. I want to see how you're doing in your life, etc., etc. Lots has happened in your life. Okay, good. That's good, because people shouldn't force something into their lives when there's a lot going on in their lives, right? At that time in your life, there was a lot going on, and you wanted to join the seed. I just didn't think that you were ready to take advantage of the program, so I asked you to hold off. So just for anyone else listening, that's one of the reasons. Oh no, Luna's on my trading list, man. Luna's looking good. Look at that. Perfect retest of the structure right there. It's seeing some weakness now because of Bitcoin, yes, but let's see what it's doing against Bitcoin. Looks good. Nice pickup. Yeah, as long as I can hold these levels here above 11,780 Satoshi, likely wants to go and test the highs again. Dude did not want to take my money. Oh man, seed is about something else, man. Yeah, like we have family in there. Oh, so many lines. So Stanton, where do you think previous support is? That's the big question right now. Aiden says, I love hearing that. Oh, you're talking about me not wanting to take Anisa's money? Life coaches. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, Seed is almost like a life coaching program. So, Stanton, here's the thing. The way I'm looking at this is that this breakdown broke through a lot of supports, right? So major support was over here around $53,000, of course. But then over here too, we had a level that I took profits off, right? So I essentially marked out this level when you got the bounce of the two. So when I played the 200-day, the 2-day 200 moving average play as a support and resistance play, I had to mark out where my resistance was, right? You can't just say, hey, support and resistance. I'm just gonna buy. You need to know when you're taking profits for your support and resistance rate. So to me, this was the next level that mattered. On the 2-day 2, you can see there's confluence, right? Let me just go ahead and put down right there. And then if you go ahead and turn on your 15-minute, you can see that we came right up against it, consolidated against it. Now here's what's interesting. Someone in the Grove chat on Discord asked me, what do I think is going to happen next? Is it going to dump back down, or is it going to bounce to all-time highs? Now, I don't think it's going to bounce to all-time highs, but for the essence of the question was, does it go back down, or does it bounce? Like, does the V bottom up? In these situations, most of the time, it comes back down. Okay, most of the time, it comes back down. But it's too early. At the time, it was too early to say. What you're looking for then is the price action that follows after, right? Is the market as a whole now looking to sell into that bounce, right? Or are they looking to accumulate? Are they saying, hey, shit, I missed the bounce, I want to buy, right? And that's what we're looking for now. We're looking for the signs for that. And what is this telling you right now? You're seeing a higher low on the 15-minute chart, albeit. So now you're looking for cascading movement, right? So if this ascending triangle plays out and we break the zone that I just marked out for you guys, right? The 2-day resistance to my 2-day support. That move to the upside now is going to be the big question. Does it serve as liquidity for people to maybe sell into this resistance point over here, right? At around 51,000, 50,000. Maybe we can mark out 50,000 just as a, nah, this is good enough. Does that just does that end up being liquidity, sell liquidity for people? Or do we start actually putting in a consolidation on the 4-hour time frame? Because that's what's gonna eventually happen. At the very least, we either do this, right? Once you start seeing this kind of consolidation, a lot of the bulls who are looking to buy low are going to start feeling pressure. Me too. In that, oh, wait a minute, trend trade. And you're going to start looking for that, right? Or we do this instead. On the 4-hour. In which case, I'll be looking for this, and then the daily consolidates into something longer. You guys get it? Those are the scenarios you start looking for now. The trade is done. Okay, the trade for when you were supposed to put on the trade, that trade is done now. You can't force it. Now it's back to waiting. Reuven, you gotta see Matic, man. If you think Luna was crazy, you gotta check out Matic. Look at that wick. That was a 24% wick, man. good, bad, ugly discussion. Very supportive and insightful, to be honest, from the whole community. Yes, that's what Mango is all about. The ugly truth, but the truth that will help you grow. Your good, bad. Oh! You guys are talking about my good, bad, and ugly video. Okay. I see Paul's comments now. Your call in BTC last week was Mango Wizardry, Sean. Oh man, I love that sentence. Mango Wizardry. But Jesus, man, look at Ethereum. Do you guys know Luna came down to $30 on KuCoin? You guys gotta see this. Luna USDT. Credit goes to Randy for mentioning this. Oh my god, man. 29 actually. What was the low? No, 30 on the dot. Someone scooped it all up. Ruben says, I think with heavier institutional adoption of Bitcoin, we are seeing it more coupled with traditional markets than most of it. I think with, oh, okay. I misread what you said initially. So wait, are you referring to altcoins seeing more traditional, seeing more correlation with traditional markets because of Bitcoin adoption? Is that what you mean? When you look at the 1 hour, this feels like it wants to come down further. There's bearish divergence on, well, potential for bearish divergence on the stock, on the stocks at least. This looks trashed. I feel like one more push down. I could be wrong though. Again, I have no strong opinion yet. Ruben says, I'll rephrase. I'm trying to figure out why we are seeing Bitcoin BTC dump with Bitcoin dumping. Oh, okay. I think I know what you're trying to what you're trying to say, and I think I agree with you. The traditional investors are feeling a lot more bullish about altcoins than they are about Bitcoin. That's what you're trying to say? I think people were completely they were very heavy on Bitcoin primarily because of Plan B's the Plan B effect, right? Think about it, man. Mango is a very, very small community, and I was getting so many PMs in regards to this. We're a very tiny community, and people were still PMing me about the Plan B phenomenon or the Plan B's targets, etc. So I think everyone was, because Bitcoin had like a hard rejection somewhere around like here, right? Things are looking not so good over here. And the crypto fear and greed index was still greedy, like at 70 or something. It was very surprising for me. So I couldn't figure out why, because usually any hiccup on Bitcoin, people get fearful. But people are so confident on Bitcoin. So confident. Plan Benjamin. Again. Kathy Wood. Yep, Kathy Wood you want to refer to. Really, eh? There you go. Kathy Wood talking about Plan Benjamin as well. Bitcoin dominance is something that tells us whether Bitcoin is trending for investors or alts. It doesn't necessarily mean that, Ajay. So Ajay says if Bitcoin dominance is dumping, it means that money is flowing from Bitcoin to other altcoins in the market. It doesn't necessarily mean that, especially in the current plumbing of the crypto markets. It could simply mean that new money is flowing into altcoins more than it is flowing into Bitcoin, right? So when money enters the market, new money, it could just be going into altcoins as opposed to Bitcoin. Like the allocation could be heavier onto altcoins. And think about it, right? Think about it. When we're doing Bitcoin dominance, okay, when we're doing Bitcoin dominance, we are essentially comparing one asset to the rest of the market. But let's say you're not even comparing it to the rest of the market, okay? You're comparing it to like the top 50 or the top 20. When institutional investors or just people are more like passive, what they're going to be doing is they're going to be allocating, let's say, 40% into Bitcoin, right? 40% of their money into Bitcoin, and then 60% of their money into various altcoins, because they have to divide between a larger chunk, right? So they're maybe saying 10 into 6 altcoins, or even 5 into 12 altcoins. So even though they are going heavier on their Bitcoin allocation, right? It could be maybe 50%, it could be 40%, it could be 30%, it doesn't matter. They could be going heavier into their Bitcoin allocation. By the nature of their altcoin allocation just being overall combined bigger than their Bitcoin allocation, the Bitcoin dominance market is going to go down, right? The BTCD is going to end up having a lower print, because even though they're just it's like betting, right? They're taking these bets on altcoins because they don't know which one's going to succeed, and that's the best way to do it. To be honest, it's not wrong. If you go 5% in all these altcoins, one of them succeeds and they do 100x, you're going to outperform your 40% Bitcoin allocation by a huge margin. If you do that, and all of them do that as a whole, Bitcoin dominance is going to go down, right? And this doesn't mean that Bitcoin money is flowing from Bitcoin to altcoins. It could just mean that more money is entering the market and they are feeling bullish about the crypto space in general. And why wouldn't you? Was wondering this morning if Plan B has a Plan B. Oh God. The thing is, man, like putting a time limit on your target is very. I don't know. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are misrepresenting him, to be honest. I need to actually look into it myself, but I haven't. So I just know the gist of what he was looking for. Do you guys know what exactly, like, what was he looking for exactly? Do you guys have any idea? So what was Plan B looking for, and what was Plan Benjamin looking for? because I don't want people misrepresenting them. If those of you who have been actually being responsible and not you guys know what I mean, right? Just don't misrepresent people. And so Chauvin says Benjamin is just some 21-week EMA and 20-week SMA. Okay. I mean, in that case, he's not wrong at all yet. Like, we could hold that. He could be right. Still. So he's doing this. 21. Why are my MAs not showing? Oh. Jesus Christ. So you're saying 21 MA, right? 21 MA and the 21 EMA, right? Okay, we're gonna turn this one off. I think we got it right. So this is what people are giving me shit about? Seriously? Plan B comes from an institutional investment background, used to manage $100 billion pension fund in Holland, was also a gold bug most of his life, but switched to being a Bitcoiner. Hey, that's awesome. Also, from what I understand on Plan B, he's essentially saying that the average price of Bitcoin needs to be $100,000 by the end of the market cycle, right? So now that begs the question: when does the market cycle end? What if we don't ever have a Bitcoin bear market like we did in 2017? There is a strong case to be made. In fact, I don't think we'll ever see a bear market like this. And when I say like this, I'm not talking about the drawdown potential. I think we'll see crazy drawdowns. I don't think we're going to have a prolonged Bitcoin bear market. Now, I could be wrong, and that's going to be a really good time for accumulating Bitcoin via altcoin trades, because I remember altcoins were really juicy, especially for traders. They were really good to trade during this period. But I don't think we're going to see that. I think we're going to see like short bursts of bull markets and bear runs, and the bear markets are not going to be as long as they used to be. They're going to be like this, like what we saw here. And I've been saying this for a while now. Again, I've not been trading it that way, and that's on me for execution. But hey, in a way we have, right? In a way we have, because think about it, how else do we trade it? I don't. If I know the bear markets are not going to last that long, why would I put myself in a downtrend situation when the markets may pump in my face at any moment like it did over here? Because we were expecting a short bear market, and that's what allowed us to catch this move all the way from the bottom due to monthly support, right? So if Bitcoin keeps trending on its monthly levels towards the upside, right, monthly trend, we could see bear markets that last just a few weeks coming down onto monthly support levels and then pump again, right? So the only time that we lost monthly support levels for a brief period, which is when we did get bearish and started shorting, was during COVID over here, right? We lost those monthly levels, and we were taking all the short trades right up until when we essentially started reclaiming those monthly levels around $64,000. Yeah, it was this level that we are looking at. You guys should go back and watch this entire period, right? This month over here, man, was crazy. The fact that it closed like that was like, holy shit, we were wrong, right? We were wrong to be bearish. Technically a bull market since 2000. Yeah, technically you are correct. Macro bull market, but I would say this was a bear market, man. Like, this was a monthly downtrend. His flow model called for 98,000 last month, $135,000 this month, which is probably not gonna happen. Hey, we have, in all fairness, this is Bitcoin and we have 27 days. So I wouldn't say that's not gonna happen. Probably not gonna happen, but I wouldn't rule it out considering this is Bitcoin. But yeah, no, I wouldn't bet on that. We could start seeing all of this start unfolding come Jan, right? Maybe Jan we hit $98,000 and Feb we go to $135,000, and in that case he'll be off by just 2 months of event driven news. I think we have the new COVID scare, etc., Fed tapering, blah blah blah, and that's essentially it, right? There's too much noise in the short term for you to be making these tight calls based on time, right? The markets are irrational. Markets are irrational. Okay, you cannot say that, hey, for the markets to remain, you cannot say markets are going to be efficient. I have a floor and I have a ceiling, and the prices are going to stay within this floor and the ceiling because everyone's going to account for everything and do the rational thing. No, freaking no. That is like the most unmango thing ever. If you guys are on the C program, we almost start with that concept that markets will be irrational longer than you can be solvent. So no, like trading off that idea. Now it's not on him. He can say those things, he can have that forecast because he's investing, right? And he doesn't mind being temporarily wrong because he's not going to get liquidated. It's on you guys. You are at fault for taking his ideas, not understanding where they're coming from, and leverage trading on it. It's your fault and your fault alone. Have you heard of the moon phase indicator on TradingView? Nothing's 100%, but these things tend to work, man. You'll be surprised. If enough people believe in it, if enough people with big enough money who are interested in this market believe in the moon phases and they apply their collective opinion on the market will respond. I don't think Ethereum holders are feeling too horrific today. If you guys are heavy on Ethereum, you guys should be feeling really, really good about yourselves. Don't let the market going down affect your moods, guys, because a lot of you guys got Bitcoin rich, right? At least in Bitcoin terms, you guys are richer today than yesterday. Nikhil, what's the midterm support for now? I'll oblige. We're looking at around 49,000 to 50,000 to break and hold. Where are my horizontals? Yeah, somewhere around here. Yeah, looking for essentially to be safe, you're looking for 2-day or lowest daily candles above this level here. 48,200. My girlfriend's period was today, so I don't know what, man. What? I don't want to read the rest of that sentence. Okay, I'm going to take a few altcoin requests before we wrap up today's stream. I'm not sure if Chauvin and Mark want to play some DBD. Benjamin is very bullish on Cardano, though he runs his own stake pools, so maybe he is biased on Cardano. Okay, he's not gonna. He probably hated my analysis then. Maybe it was the plan B fans coming in from plan B and Benjamin are two different people, Sean. Remind us of that. Maybe those were the guys coming in and giving me shit when I started getting bearish on Cardano. To analyze Cardano, right, and to say, hey, it's bearish, you got to be bold, because you almost know you're going to get a lot of crap for it. Jupiter's orbital angle, what? Man, you guys are too next level for me. Ooh, look at that. 2-day support on this. Look up Donut on YouTube about your moon phases. Okay, so Cardano, we can do a quick analysis on Cardano to wrap up. You know, today we haven't looked at the dashboard at all, so let's go ahead and take today of all times we should have been looking at the dashboard. Let me go ahead and do it. Does that work? Okay, cool. Boom. Cardano 10 hours ago on the day time frame, giving the short call, up 13% already on USD against Bitcoin, keeping up with Bitcoin actually since the short call, so not too bad actually in that regard. The Bitcoin pairing not doing too bad. The 2-day time frame has been short for 11 days now, up 10% against Bitcoin, 30% against USD, and the weekly time frame short 12 days ago now, up 34% against USD, up 38% against Bitcoin. So that's Cardano Bitcoin. We can go ahead and now switch to the charts. Actually, you know what? I should do like a proper analysis on this one and probably record it for people, because I'm gonna get a lot of PMs from people asking me about Cardano anyways. I have no doubt it works, man. Aiden. Oh, so Benjamin mocks plan B. So then people are misrepresenting that Benjamin dude to me. You guys shouldn't do that, man. It's on you. If you missed your first chance to get in, it depends on your trade, man. Like, you don't know what your trade is, and get in on what? Bitcoin? That trade is over. Like, Bitcoin could come lower too, so be careful. Don't try to FOMO into the trade. Like, that trade is done. There's no trade anymore. All right, so we're going to be doing Cardano analysis. We're going to be starting with the dashboard. This is going to be an update on essentially everything that we've been talking about in regards to Cardano for a few weeks now, at least 2 weeks, and it's all culminated to this move today. So we're currently looking at the 4-hour dashboard. I'm going to be going ahead and filtering out Cardano. We can see Cardano against USD, Cardano against Bitcoin. Getting the short-term reversal call for a short trade 14 hours ago against USD and 6 hours ago against Bitcoin. Now you guys can see that it's given you a 13% return against USD, but against Bitcoin, it's actually given you, it's essentially kept up with Bitcoin, so not outperforming, sorry, not underperforming Bitcoin at all, right? So this is actually a good sign right over here. This is actually a good sign. On the 12-hour time frame as well, getting the short call 10 hours ago, up 13%, and again, this is a good sign. It is at the very least doing better than Bitcoin on Bitcoin's move, right? On the daily time frame, getting the short call 10 hours ago against Bitcoin as well as against the USD call. On the 2-day time frame, getting the reversal call 11 days ago, up 30% against USD, up 10% against Bitcoin. So again, the higher time frames are looking a bit shabbier for Cardano, but again, that's sitting in line with everything we've been talking about, that now that we have hit, okay, so essentially what can we garner so far from the 2-day trend change, the daily, the 12-hour and the 4-hour? Essentially, we have come down onto our support levels that we've been talking about over here throughout this week, right? We're looking for Cardano to hit at least $1.30, the top of our range, all the way down to possibly $1.10-ish, the bottom of our range. We can look at the charts very soon. So we hit that level, and as soon as we hit that level, we are seeing that on the lower time frames, Cardano is actually outperforming Bitcoin. So that is a good sign. So 4 hours and the 12-hour, we are seeing the support. In fact, look at that. We are long on the 12-hour. Did I misread that? Did I misread that, or is this? I swear to God, I saw this as short. I clearly misread that, or yeah, I may have misread that. So on the daily time frame, we are still short though, and on the 2-day time frame, we're still short. Okay, cool. So my eyes are not playing tricks on me. So going back to what I was saying, even though we were looking, Cardano was looking bad on the higher time frames. Now, however, we can look for that trend support underneath us, right? And we can go ahead and look at the charts now. I'm going to switch on over to the charts right over there, and you guys should be able to see what I'm looking at right now. So we're looking at Cardano on the 2-day time frame. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and clear out my Ichimoku over here, switch on over to the weekly. We're going to start with that, switch on over to the dynamic, and talk about where we actually turned bearish, and was essentially the big warning sign was here, this rejection. Okay, we're looking for continuation. We turned bearish when we lost the weekly dynamic over there, and we're looking for further move towards the downside. Now, an argument could have been made that you could see Cardano bounce off these levels over here, coming in at around $1.50-ish. Fair argument, but the way I like to look at it is that, hey, if we lost the weekly dynamic, I don't want to get too aggressive by bidding up these wick highs over here as support, right? Which is a fair thing to do, but I wouldn't want to get aggressive on that. At the very least, what you'd want to do is look at the candle closes, okay? And in fact, we are kind of holding it right now, okay? We are holding it, holding the candle support. We're closing the weekly in a day and 14 hours. So it's looking good at the moment in regards to holding that weekly support. But the fact that we lost the weekly dynamic trend makes me want to keep an eye on the bi-weekly dynamic level. And that actually does line up with the weekly support zone that we just marked out, and the bi-weekly is also closing in a day and 14 hours, and this was the level that we were looking to bid on Cardano, right? The bi-weekly dynamic right over here. Let me just go ahead and hide only the drawings. So now Cardano has come down and tested the bi-weekly dynamic level. We were looking for it to potentially come all the way down and test the bottom of the zone over here at around $1.10. We haven't done that just yet. Could we do that? Maybe if we close this weekly candle underneath the zone over here, or on the next week we close above the zone and then we wick down, test it. I'll be looking for that to be a bid and then see a bounce towards the upside. At the very least, Cardano should see a bounce after testing $1.10, what's the low over here? $1.08, right? $1. Let's just say $1. Let's just say $1. So yeah, if we lose that level though, guys, at that point I'll be looking further down. I'll be looking towards around 40 cents first, lose 40 cents, then we can look towards those lower targets that you guys talk about at 20 cents. But until then, I think we're at support. So yeah, that's it for Cardano. It took a while for it to play out, but we're finally here at bi-weekly support. Any questions on that, guys? Wait, when did it start? What? Did I not go at everyone in... Jesus. You missed the hell of a stream. Yeah, I forgot to do the announcement on Discord. Oops. You need to set your alerts for the upload channel. Aiden says, something I learned is to get in with a quarter of what you want to invest in the next 3 months, then slowly add the rest over that time frame. As long as you can stick to your rules and stay disciplined on that and not FOMO into massive pumps. Might need to watch this on replay, says Sherry. Yeah, it was like we were just rehashing things that we've been talking about all week. There was nothing new discussed in the stream, really, Sherry. But it was an entertaining stream. I had fun. We've been streaming for 2 hours now, guys. So, last questions before we wrap up. Vechain. Vechain has not been looking good recently, man. Rejected the weekly breakout against Dynamic, and let's see how it performed. Weekly, yeah, like a fake out breakout getting sold into, and well, seeing support over here, but don't like the look of this. Let's look at it against Bitcoin. Needs to close above 200 Satoshi. Close above 200 Satoshi, good. It doesn't, this is the downtrend, and I don't like it. Yeah, it's, Jesus, actually, I have my drawings here, right? And it actually did come down to test the bottom of the channel, right? If you guys remember, we talked about that very, very possibility. It's all coming back to me now. It's all coming back to me. When it failed to see its continuation, we talked about this possibility. It could come all the way back down here, and that could actually be a bid opportunity. And what do you know? It has, and what do you know? I did not take the bid. So that could have been a good trade to be looking for, at least back up to the zone over here. So again, it needs to still close above those key levels of around 200 Satoshi. Shay D, watch yesterday's stream if you have the time. There's a lot of learning there. Yeah, yesterday's stream is going to be a lot. Also, there's a Bitcoin video that I posted earlier this week that is an extraction from the stream, right? Do you guys know which video I'm talking about? If somebody could post a link to Sherry, that would be awesome. I can go pull it out. Under uploads, if you go to uploads in the Discord, you'll find a video called Bitcoin Buy the Dip Targets. That's the name of the video. Bitcoin, a BTFD opportunity may come, right? I'm going to freaking link it to you guys. Right, that's the title. Bitcoin, a BTFD opportunity may come, and well, today was that opportunity. Watch that video because that's the educational video. These kind of trades are repeatable on multiple assets. They come over and over again, so a lot of learning opportunities. Yeah, we should need to close about 200 Satoshi. That'd be good. By the end of the week, there's time for that. Need to reverse the trend over here too. Other than that, looks like everything else. Bitcoin, by the way, could come down and test 40,000 officially if it fails to retake those levels, the 48,000, 49,000 levels. If it fails to retake those levels on the 2-day and the daily, we could come down to test 40,000 officially. Perhaps even wick down lower. Get the final pain. People who think they've bought the dip on 20x leverage are the next targets on this one. If you bought the dip and you're still holding on leverage, it's a gamble at this point because this could come down. But if it doesn't and it keeps going up from here, that's going to be a good gamble, right? But I wouldn't gamble on that. It's not looking like it wants to hold here. Looks like it wants to come down. Where does it get picked up though is a big question. We can get some clues from how price acted during the 2020 COVID dump. So we're looking for something, looking for the behavior around this area. Yeah, so you're looking for this sort of behavior. We're not seeing that right now, but maybe on the daily. With that, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed today's stream. I wasn't supposed to do one today. I was supposed to enjoy my weekend, but thought we'd hang out. My name is Sean Dexter. If you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell notification icon, and make sure you guys show up for the next stream so we can have another mango discussion, keeping it real. With none of the moon boy shit. Cheers, Julian. Always great to have you in here, man. Thank you, Winnie. Thank you, Sherwin. Thank you, Sherry. And thank you, Wolvie, for showing up last minute. Aiden, good to have you as well, man. Murli is still here. Thought you left, man. Things are feeling a little pre-dumpy at this very moment. Yeah, I think we could come back down. Ajesh is in here too. Nice, still here, buddy. Cheers, man. See you in the Grove. Again, guys, if you're not in the Grove yet, make sure you guys join the mangoway.com/discord. Easy link to get to the Grove. The mangoway.com/discord. With that, do the mango way, do the easy way, do it the stress-free way.